27-0 there. Seahawks 98-0 over the Cowboys. Titans 38-3 over the Mustangs, which is another one I want to talk about. The Broncos 20-7 winners over the Patriots, and the Bulldogs finishing it off with a huge win over the Huskies, 59-6. Any of these games stick out in your mind? Anything you want to talk about?
Well, I thought the 98 to nothing was pretty impressive. I don't know that we've had a score that high this season. And I'll go ahead and throw a shout out to the Titans for the second time they've manhandled me this season. They extended that lead a lot longer, a lot farther than I certainly would have liked. I mean, I would have liked to have won, but yeah, that they're just as strong as anybody thinks they are. So props to them. That I thought that was an unpleasant surprise, at least from my standpoint. But then the other again was just the absolute explosion that the Seahawks put on.
Yeah. After, having watched the Cowboys with the past couple of weeks, more transition at the quarterback position, which was even happening whenever we were there. And just continually trying to test the Seahawks secondary. It's just not going to pan out for you well in the end. Every time I turn on the game, just to kind of check in, because I had a feeling it was going to be bad. Um, Continually, we're just seeing interceptions. The Seahawks were scoring interceptions. Seahawks were going down and scoring, and just like you said, a complete and total explosion for the Seahawks. It really doesn't expect any different. I commentated the Titans and the Mustangs game. Mustangs, all came off of a rough showing against the Seahawks last week. Follow it up with a tough matchup against the Titans, and I was really interested to see what the Mustangs were going to do in this ball game, and could just get nothing going offensively. And we know the Titans are tough, and we used multiple quarterbacks in the game. Troy wasn't there, came in the second half. A complete and total dominant performance by the Titans, from beginning to end. Syke, you were out there. Is there anything else you want to say about the game specifically? What they were doing that was giving you guys such a tough time, especially on the offensive side, where you guys really were unable to get anything going all game long.
I'll reference the Notre Dame coach, a couple of years ago when they were playing Alabama at halftime, and they said, "Coach, what's going to have to happen for you to get back in this game?" And the coach said, "For Alabama to not show up." But no, that's what it felt like, man. They were just swarming us all over. I can tell you from a defensive standpoint where it went wrong from us is we had no answer whatsoever for the run. And if the Titan squad can run on you, then you're in for a long day. And they were blocking well, they were running well. Ray, is an incredibly capable runner. I could have told you that last season, with the Panthers. And he's getting, as good a blocks as you can get right now from that front of his running. And then with Troy too, is a very dangerous runner. Probably a better thrower than Ray. That's not a disrespect or a slight. That's just an evaluation. So you put him in too, and then it just becomes even more dangerous. So, but no, those guys are solid. I mean, everybody knows what they were. So that's my on the field read.
Yeah, they were able to force a lot of turnovers defensively, and then you guys got a few takeaways, but then we're giving it right back. One thing about the Titans, and we've known this, for as long as the Titans have been around, as a player you've been around, this team's gonna want to establish the ground game early. They'll line up, Troy, Pitt, and Wright in the back, or bring Ray into the backfield, and then that's three people who can run and pass. And I was just watching how patient the Titans were running the football. Not meaning gaining a little bit of yards and continuing with it, but the fact that a lot of it was kind of counter moves. They would start left, come back right, and it was kind of a slow move back to the right. And Ray, especially in that first half, was just waiting for those blocks to set up. And as soon as they did, you saw him get that sprint, and it was incredible to watch. Just how well oiled that machine was on that night. The Titans are playing at that level. They're going to rival any team. And in my opinion, there's only one team in the entire league that's better than them, and that's the Seahawks. And we saw what happened the last time those teams played. Going to be interesting to see, what happens in terms of that matchup. I don't know if they play again. I don't think so. I
Not
think it
during
would
the
be a
regular, no.
championship.
It'd have
I
to be the
think it would
Super Bowl
be
or
the championship
the
game.
championship game.
But Seahawks going to start hanging 90 on people. It's going to be it's going to be a long ride. That's all I'm going to say. But in any case, we'll kind of roll back through, and we'll also recap
And I'm
our
back now.
picks
Sorry.
as well. Welcome back, Tom. Anything you want to say about the previous week? We were talking about the Titans and Mustangs game. As well as really anything else to
I
cover?
think you guys pretty covered it pretty well. So
Nice. All right. Well, like we said on Friday, it was the Raiders and the Cobras. We all took the Raiders, and the Raiders won big, 67-0. Had a lot of blowouts, a lot of shutouts this weekend. Defense working for one side and definitely not the other, especially in this one, the Seahawks and the Cowboys. Seahawks 98-0. We all took the Seahawks in that one. Titans and the Mustangs, it was the game of the week. Titans 38-3. Me and Tom took the Titans, but that game does not count toward anybody's picks. The Broncos and the Patriots. Broncos 20-7. And Syke and Tom took the Patriots. I took the Broncos. And then Monday night, the Bulldogs and the Huskies. Bulldogs 59-6. We all took the Bulldogs. So that puts our records as follows. I'm 45-5. Syke and Tom are 44-6. So looking ahead to week number 13, I think just a couple more weeks left in the regular season. We do have a couple of little breaks coming up. I think Super Bowl Sunday and stuff like that. We're not going to have games. So Friday it will be tomorrow night. It will be the Cobras against the Titans. That game is at 6. Saturday, the early game will be the Raiders against the Bulldogs. Should be a good one there. Late game, Huskies and the Mustangs. Sunday, the lone game there will be at 6. It will be the Seahawks against the Broncos. And then Monday, at 6, it will be the Patriots against the Warriors. So, guys, we look at the matchups here. Cobras, Titans, Raiders, Bulldogs, Huskies, Mustangs, Seahawks, Broncos, Patriots, Warriors. Which one do you give the nod to as the Pulse game of the week? I've already kind of got mine tabbed.
I'll let Tom
Either
go
one.
you know,
first.
I feel like the Raiders versus Bulldogs is going to be a good game.
Yeah,
That was
I think
the
that's
only
the
one I was
most.
thinking.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
most competitive match that I see. I don't. There's really some not that appealing matchups really across the board for the most part.
Yeah.
With all due respect, but yeah, that one's kind of compelling. Even though I think a lot of people would feel like the Raiders are probably the favorite, it still should be interesting, and I think that the Bulldogs can beat them. Whether or not they will kind of remains to be seen, but I think they can.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs are charging forward. They have shown a lot of change and a lot of improvement in their field. So
Bad news, though, for the Raiders and the Bulldogs. Whoever loses is probably going to lose big because the game of the weeks have all been blowouts. So
Right.
whoever loses, I'm sorry, but we probably have just added like 20 more points for the opposing team's offense. So,
Score
so-
first. That's our best advice. If you're the
That's
game
right.
of the week,
Just
score
try-
first.
That's right. Score first. See what happens. Oh my goodness. But anyway, let's see. I got the game Friday. It's going to be the Cobras against the Titans. I'm going to take the Titans. I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's going to be nasty. That offense and that team working like it did last week against the Mustangs, which are a far superior team than where the Cobras are right now. I think the Titans roll over the Cobras and do it pretty easily. What do you got, Tom?
yeah, definitely got the Titans.
And Syke?
I will say that they've had closer scrims this week.
Probably so. All right, then Saturday, the early game of the week is going to be the Raiders against the Bulldogs. Tom, who you got and why you got them?
I might have to abstain from this vote because it's a possibility I'll be playing in this game.
Well, if you have to abstain, then your game just won't count.
Okay, all right, that'll
But
work.
you're gonna
I'll
pick
vote,
anyway, 'cause
I'll
you're
vote,
currently
and if
not-
it happens, okay. So let's. Man, that's a tough one.
You can't pick against the team you could be playing on. That would
Well, I
just
mean-
be sad.
I'll explain it in IMs, but I'm gonna go with. Man, I really go to Psych. Go to Psych on this one first.
Oh my goodness. Psych. Raiders, Bulldogs, who you got and why you got them?
Oh, gee. I'm going back and forth. My heart really wants to tell me to pick the Bulldogs, and I just I don't know that they can really close it. I think they're going to make it really interesting. Um, and then of course, I was with the Raiders. I got a lot of friends there still. Um,
You
so
have friends?
yeah, I do.
It's like me.
Um, so it's kind of tough. You know what though? I'm gonna take a chance, and I'm gonna go with the underdogs here, and I'm gonna say that the Bulldogs pull this one off.
Solid, solid. Well, I'm going to go with the Raiders. I like what the Bulldogs are doing. I think as the Raiders have gotten, kind of starting to find their groove a little bit more on offense. I mean, it's going to be a really, really good game. If this is a blowout, either way, I'm going to be completely shocked by it. These are two very evenly matched teams. Both have advantages in different areas, but they're both kind of the same. With the Bulldogs having Durgan now at quarterback, that brings a whole new facet to what they're able to do. And Snipe, I will definitely come and have some tacos with you. So I'll definitely take you up on that offer. But having Durgan in at quarterback is huge, and of course the fact he's like 3 foot tall and he runs between people's legs now, makes it even tougher.
Right.
But Snipe, this Raiders offense, that they have all hands on deck, I believe are a very dangerous team. Going to be interesting to see exactly who all they have on hand for the ball game. But I know with Fontes, if Mike's there, Snipe at quarterback, this team is very, very, very dangerous. It's going to be exciting to watch. I'm probably gonna put my my name in the hat to commentate this ball game, because it definitely should be a good one. So Tom, you've got to pick now. Raiders and Bulldogs. We got one Bulldog side. We got one Raider me. Who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with the Raiders on this one. Yeah, but it's not gonna count anyway.
Because you don't want things to get awkward with your new team.
Well, it's a long story now. I mean,
like I said,
I'm just gonna
it's not
sip
even
my
gonna
tea,
count.
and we're gonna move on to the late game. That's gonna be the Huskies against the Mustangs. I'm gonna go ahead and just say Mustangs.
Mustangs.
Too tough. I mean, this game isn't gonna count toward our picks, or toward my pick, most likely, anyways. Two really, really tough games for the Mustangs. You could not be asking for a better game right now. The Mustangs need this one to rebuild some confidence, to get everything back on track. This team has so much talent that it's scary, and the performance the last 2 weeks has been completely shocking to me, because top to bottom, name wise, the Mustangs have arguably the second to third most talented team, and I fully believe that. It just hasn't been transpiring over the past couple weeks in their biggest moments. So I expect, I feel bad for the Huskies, because I think the Mustangs are going to come in with something to prove. This has the potential to be a really, really big game. I of course can be completely wrong, but I expect to see really big things from the Mustangs this weekend. Psych, you're going to be there. You got the Huskies. This seems to be your favorite team. You love the Huskies. So you got anything you want to say? Any thoughts about the ball game? 7 p.m. Saturday night?
I love the Huskies. When did that ever happen?
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh.
You know that your checkered past with that organization
Right.
and its team. So
Public enemy number one. No,
That's right.
no. I mean, they're still working hard. I give them that. We were scrimming with one of them today. Bless his heart. But
Kara calling you out, dude.
are they calling me out?
Kara calling you out right now.
What is she saying? I can't read it.
I'm not gonna say it.
Hang on.
It's gonna be one of those we can't say on the
Oh,
air.
don't be that.
Fuck it, don't
Yeah.
be a pussy. is what
Okay,
she
well, I
said.
mean, after we're done beating their ass, then she can tell me that
my
again.
God. There you go.
Oh.
Pasta coming in. Some Kirk Cousins. Dropping some. You like that?
Right.
Mm.
My goodness. Anyways. Anything else you want to say, Psych?
No,
We're getting a little to the
I mean,
after dark territory right now. Just
yeah, no, I mean, it
don't think
is
we're
what
on
it
air
is.
anyways,
We'll have
so it
fun. So.
are we not on the air?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't looked.
Oh no,
Anyways.
we're streaming.
Stream
We're
Oh,
streaming.
good. Nice. I was giving free reign because I didn't think we were,
Oh.
we were on it.
Yeah, no, we're recording.
Anyways, All right, moving on to the Sunday game, the long game on Sunday at 6 o'clock. It will be the Seahawks against the Broncos. Broncos, great job. You got your win. I'm sorry. It's going to be bad. The Seahawks are going to win and win big in this one. Psych, anybody want to follow that up?
I mean,
No, I will follow up with one take that we did on the show earlier this week, and that this is a terrible spot for this game for the Broncos because they do have some momentum. We've scrimmed them a couple of times, and that group is finally gelling like fully as a team. They're playing the best football they've played all season right now. That win over the Patriots wasn't a fluke, and there's probably a couple other teams out there right now that I think that they could beat. So, I think that I haven't looked at their full schedule to know, exactly what their odds are, going forward. But no, I do think that they're playing their best football. And like I said, it's a terrible time to draw the Seahawks again. So I think that they just, go out there and play their best and let the chips fall where they may for the rest of the season if they can kind of forget about this next one.
Yeah, I agree with that. Very good. Tom, you got anything you want to say about it?
not really. There's nothing that I can say that you guys haven't already said. So
Nice. Moving on. Monday night football, 6 o'clock. It'll be the Patriots against the Warriors. Patriots on a bit of a tailspin this season, really not panning out the way that they hoped, or I know a lot of people anticipated for this organization. And I don't think the Warriors are going to help their cause at all. I think the Warriors are one of the hottest teams in the league right now, up there inside of the top three. One of the most dangerous teams. We talk a lot about the Titans, a lot about the Seahawks. The Warriors are right there on the cusp of getting themselves in a great opportunity to push for a championship. So I'm going to take the Warriors in this one. I think it's a pretty comfortable win for them as well. So Tom, who you got?
yeah, comfortable win from the Warriors all day long.
And Psych, who you got?
3 for 3.
All righty, we'll recap our picks. We'll do our usual house cleaning duties, and then we'll send everybody home. All right, Friday, it's going to be the Cobras and the Titans. We all took the Titans. Raiders and the Bulldogs, the Pulse game of the week. That is 4 o'clock Saturday. Me and Tom took the Raiders, and Bulldogs were taken by Psych. At 7, it's the Huskies and the Mustangs. We took the Mustangs, but that's not going to count for potentially one of us. And then the Seahawks and the Broncos on Sunday. We all took the Seahawks, and Patriots and Warriors on Monday. We all took the Warriors in that one. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap on the Pulse for week number 13 upcoming. If you are interested in joining the media group, being a commentator, mainly being a streamer, contact me, Matt Assadar. You can contact Tom Box, Psych Troglodyte, anybody who has a UFL tag, and they will get you pointed in the direction that you need to go. We are also really in need of photographers. Please, if you have the ability to take pictures or are interested or just want to come to games for free, this is another great way to get involved with the league as well. Contact Duchess Button, or as we always say, you can contact me, Tom, or Psych, and we will get you in contact with her. If you would like to be a ref, please contact Rasden McAndrews. That's Raz09 Resident, or Horns or Halos or Mega as well. Also, with the recent events that have been going on, rosters are open until tomorrow. So if you are a free agent and you are looking for a team, you have the opportunity for just one more day to get on a team before everything locks itself down. Remember, you cannot have any buyouts or anything like that. You have to be just a straight free agent, and you are eligible to sign with a team up until tomorrow, and I don't know the exact time.
And check all the teams out. The whole point of this was to get the Cowboys some players. So y'all go out there, talk to people.
Yeah. And also talk to the Cowboys.
Exactly.
Because they need players.
They need players.
That's right. That's what all this was done for.
Exactly.
But I've seen a lot of activity over really since it's been announced. So that's been good. That's been good to see as well. Yep, I agree with that. But in any case, I think that's it. Tom, Psych, you got anything else?
Nope.
All righty. Well, thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for watching the Pulse. I think we're going to kind of hang around. I have some real life stuff that could take me away on some Thursday night, so we may just go ahead and just have the show around this time every night. It doesn't take us long to run through it anyways. So everybody get your popcorn ready, get your tickets, get whatever it is that you need, get ready for this great weekend of games starting tomorrow with the Titans and the Cobras at 6 o'clock. Y'all have a good night.
Later.
Good night.